So watch this. During the weekend, correct? WWE comes out, TKO comes out, and they made an announcement. Okay, what's the announcement that y'all got for us? WrestleMania 43 will take place in Saudi Arabia. I'm gonna say that again for those of you who might not have been paying attention over the weekend because there was a lot of football going on. You got WBA playoffs, you got Major League Baseball, they getting ready to go to their post. There's a lot going on this weekend, okay? So I'm gonna say it again for them, all right? WrestleMania 43 in 2027 will be taking place in Saudi Arabia. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're going to do here. Cool McCain, I'm gonna give you the floor first. Cause I got a feeling we both gonna be going in the same. We both gonna be talking about the same thing, but we gonna go there at different levels.
This is garbage. So we have it back to back in Las Vegas after we announced we're going to the Big Easy, New Orleans. Now we ain't gonna do that no more. We gonna go back to back in Vegas, and then the year after that, instead of saying, New Orleans, we did do you kind of wrong, take it away from you, we gonna give it back to you. But I'm gonna tell you what's crazy about all this. I'm gonna let my host really cook on that part. My co-host really cook on that part. I want to talk about something else that ties into this. So TKO came out and basically said Vince McMahon was not charging enough for the events. So these sons of a guns, these bands, for y'all to know what that means, these ignorant mofolos jacked up the prices on tickets for every event. This is a family event. Who buys t-shirts? Kids, for the most part. Like adults may buy one or two. Kids, they always want a t-shirt. They always want a replica belt. They always want something. Now you're going to say, piss on the audience that helped us grow. Unless you're going to go all the way to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, you are not going to be able to be in the crowd for WrestleMania next year. And this year, we're going to overcharge you again in Vegas because we can. And because you're going to pay it, we're going to continue to do it. And TKO doesn't care about us fans. TKO cares about the bottom line, that's all. TKO doesn't care if it's a good product or not. As long as people are paying their money to come, that is all TKO tells about. What I find so ironic is you bought the company because you're supposed to want to make it better. And have you made it better? In the words of Bishop Bullwing Kale, heck no to the no, no, no. Yeah, he didn't say heck, but you get where I'm going with it. The funniest part of all this, the wrestlers themselves, and Baby Ox, I'm going to put his comment up because it goes right with what I'm saying. Triple trash. The wrestlers themselves are sitting there like, you know why? Because TKO does not give a hot crap about me, any of y'all watching, or my co-host, or anybody else who's a fan of wrestling. All those guys in the basements, all the blocks, like so, they don't care about any of us. All they care about is money. They don't care about having a product that's affordable for a family to come see. Vince will go up on you. Hunter will go up on you. But they always try to keep it in a range where if you had a family, you could bring them to a show. Man, TKO, like, you ain't got the money, F you. And what's interesting is you got this company out here, AEW. You got TNA, right? You've got New Japan Pro Wrestling. You got some other companies, right? They just pulled up and bought AAA. But the problem is at the point where you make events where it's not family friendly anymore, your live event takes are going to start to go down, sir. People are going to start saying, you know what? Instead of going to that trash overpriced show, let me go see what one of these other promotions is talking about. Let me see what one of these other promotions is doing. And see, this is the type of stuff. I ain't even going to go at Paul because this is not a Paul decision. This is TKO trash, and Paul has no choice but to follow along because he doesn't really own the company. He's the head, the figurehead, but he don't own the company. TKO, you're trash. You're hot doodle juice. You're garbage. And what I see you doing is taking something that I've watched and loved since I was a kid and bastardizing it slowly but surely. I hope I'm wrong, but from what I've seen, I don't feel like I'm wrong. I'm gonna go over these other comments real quick, and then I'm gonna let Playmaker have his time because I feel like he's gonna go a different direction a little bit, but say some of the same stuff. Baby, I said he's chilling like always. I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. I need to get at you about some of that raw honey too. Baby Ox also says, well, Chris says, you know how crazy your thinking is when Vince McMahon is the moral one. And then Baby Ox says, Raw on Netflix is a dumpster fire. I definitely agree. And while we're talking about dumpster fires real quick before my whole co-hosts get up here, what happened to the brand split? There used to be a point where you actually was on Raw or SmackDown. Now you could be wherever you want to be. You could switch shows whenever you want. We don't have drafts. We don't have trades. People just go where they want to go now. That's what we're doing. All these things start happening when who took over? TKO. TKO, you know nothing about the wrestler's business. The wrestling business has a soul. TKO does not have a soul. TKO is an entity that's all about money making. That's it. Everybody in TKO don't even have souls. All the TKO people, they just money whores. And it's disappointing because I get you want to make money. I get you got 2 night pay-per-views now. You just had another PLE go 2 nights. So you're not making enough money now? Now you got to do all this stuff? Pissed on you, TKO. Hot piss after you even had a night of drinking. Piss on you, TKO. And Daniel Berry says, happy Monday, hey, everyone. Now I'm going to let Playmaker see what he thinks.
So you come out and you say, all right, New Orleans, we want to switch. We want to go back to Vegas for WrestleMania. We'll give you Money in the Bank. We'll give you some other stuff, and then we'll bring WrestleMania back to you. You're going back to Vegas because, cool. How was WrestleMania 41 this past year?
Oh, it made a lot of money. It was trash, but it made a lot of money.
It's the first part I was looking for. You didn't like the reception you got post WrestleMania 41. And you felt like you did Vegas dirty. Interesting word, right? Dirty. Because I believe you used that earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You did that. New Orleans worked with you. All right. We got WrestleMania coming in the near future. News broke about you going to Saudi for 2027. To me, that's a big FU to New Orleans. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. You might not agree with me, might want to see that. But to me, you gave a big FU to New Orleans. A big FU to New Orleans. And then now, you know, something they be like to do, we haven't done a lot. Cool. Let's connect dots, all right? You go, you say, all right, in 2026 for WrestleMania, we make the move to ESPN, right? That was the initial report, right? When we move to ESPN, it'll be for WrestleMania 42, which will be in Las Vegas. Remember that? Cool.
Yeah.
And then, you know, as time goes by, no. Wait. Actually, we're gonna have our move to ESPN 6 months earlier, which will be this weekend for WrestlePalooza. And where's WrestlePalooza being held at? Indianapolis, Indiana. You know why I'm connecting dots, sir? Because cool. Guess what? WrestleMania 43 was supposed to be at
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Indianapolis, Indiana. So instead, what you did was, you know what? How about we create a new PLE and Indianapolis? You can host it. That makes the move to Saudi Arabia a lot more flexible. So pretty much you did a FU to Indianapolis and New Orleans. But New Orleans people ain't gonna see it that way because they're getting the first ever WrestlePalooza. This is not their fault. When you get the first ever of anything, you mostly are happy about it. So y'all want to take y'all asses to Saudi Arabia. Now, mind you, guess where the Royal Rumble is going to be at in a few months?
WWE had their way. Everything will be in Saudi Arabia.
It's in Saudi Arabia.
TKO have their way. Everything will be in Saudi
So
Arabia.
your road to WrestleMania begins in Saudi Arabia. Just to get back to New Orleans. TKO, y'all are greedy for money. Super greedy for money. And I thought the NCAA was greedy for money. Oh no, TKO said, hold my beer. I don't think you see anything yet. And you know what? And shout out to my homie Dre Day, Sports Radio Dre Day. I haven't listened to his show about this very topic. If you was to go back and you watch that press conference, Cool McCain, guess what you will see in the chat? That's going down the chat. Straight down the chat.
A whole bunch of disgruntled people.
Pretty much all saying the same thing. Sellout. This was my homie Dre Day said, called TKO a sellout. A sellout. Now, Cool McCain, you have been to a couple of WrestleManias. I've been to one WrestleMania. What makes WrestleMania WrestleMania?
The fans.
And not just any fans. We talking about people for around the entire world. Fly out to whatever city they're in the United States, correct?
Correct.
They fly out. They be flying out from England. They fly out from Japan, from China, Russia, the Philippines. You name it, they flying out to the United States for WrestleMania. They buying hotels. They spending a week in that place. Man, it is crazy. Do you believe people are going to fly out to Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania 43?
I'm not. I'm not going to Vegas either.
Oh, we know we ain't going to Vegas. Oh, heck no.
And since you want to jack up prices on everything so much, I see you when I see you.
So now, sold out for Saudi Arabia. I'm interested in seeing how many people from outside of Saudi Arabia actually go to WrestleMania 43. How many people are going to save up their money to go to Saudi Arabia? I'm looking forward to this.
If you're a female, you make sure you have your hijab with you.
I'm looking forward to this. I want to see. Now, other interesting thing, I want to see how many people are going to watch WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia. This is going to get very interesting. Oh, and by the way, which one is that said that it doesn't matter about the online people, it's about the people that's in attendance?
I think that was Khan.
Nick Khan.
Yeah,
I want to see. I want to see your reaction if you don't sell out 43 in Saudi Arabia. What's your response then? I want to know. Because he said how the superstars look standing up there. Sound like they didn't want to be up there with this announcement. I'm giving you what the people watching the press conference were saying. And baby, y'all said it perfectly. The exact words. So you around here, you're jacking up prices. Now you're making these types of moves. And now you are telling the world, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. People are going to buy and spend their money. What happens when they prove you differently? What happens if they prove you differently? And you know what? And by the way, I said they did a FU to Indianapolis and New Orleans, right? Mind if I take that and go internationally with it? What about Paris? What about, matter of fact, what about Lyon, France? The reason why the Yeet movement took off the way that it took off.
Their pockets aren't as deep as Saudi Arabia. That's what it is, sir. Saudi might buy it. The people might buy out the seats and just give them away.
What about, matter of fact, and I say them to on purpose, I left the best for last. The first show, in my opinion, should be getting an international WrestleMania, should have been London. Wembley Stadium.
Perth would have been good too. Perth was turned up too.
Perth was turned up too. But if you're gonna do an international first ever WrestleMania, it should have been in London. The amount of show that y'all have done in London.
Just want to make the world dance. Forget about the price tag. It's all about the money.
And then I'm glad I didn't bring this up yet because I want to say this for last. Want to know how money hungry you bastards are? Y'all want Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock to be a part of this card. Cool, McCain, who is one of the biggest Rock fans that you have known?
You, sir.
Do I sound happy about The Rock possibly being on this card?
About as happy as I sound about Stone Cold being on the card.
I don't need to see The Rock on this goddamn card. I don't need to see Stone Cold on this card. Yeah, I wanted Shawn might say, look here, I am done. Y'all can't pay him enough money to him to come back. He is happy of controlling NXT. That man does not want to get back in the ring. I'm pretty sure Stone Cold does not want to get back in the ring.
Not with his neck.
The Rock, he'll probably do it just because.
Oh, The Rock won't. Rock said, throw me a little extra change.
But one thing I do know about The Rock, he ain't gonna do it just because he need the money. The story has to be right with The Rock. But we is not trying to see The Rock, Stone Cold, The Undertaker. We're not trying to see them in the ring. There is enough talent on this current roster. We don't need all that. And this is why people hate shoddy shows, because they get to pick and choose who they want to see. And guess what? Like you said earlier, it's not Paul's fault. Paul has to do whatever, right? Because Saudi gets what they want, right? Do London get what they want? Did Paris get what they want? Did Puerto Rico get what they want? As a matter of fact, Cole McCain, Just to bring it full circle, did Las Vegas get what they want for 41? But Saudi gets to pick and choose what they want. That's the only country in the entire world get to pick and choose what they want to see.
Saudi got enough money to be able to make that decision, though. That's what it's all about, the money. You know what I'm saying?
You made my point.
Yeah. Sir, while you're doing that, I want you to read this too.
Raw weekly lineup. Talking for 5 minutes. Ad. Talk for 10 minutes. Ad. Wrestle. Ad. Wrestle a little more. Ad. Talking. Ad. Intro into next match. Ad. Wrestle. End credits.
Sounds pretty accurate. Sounds pretty accurate.
Now, I'm all for change. I'm all for trying new stuff. So I'm gonna give WrestlePalooza a shot. And the fact that y'all talking about y'all trying to make this another part of the Big Four, which makes it a Big Five, which you shouldn't even do this. You already have a Big Five with Money in the Bank. No, you want to make
They got a Big Six now.
They don't even treat Money in the Bank like a big full pay-per-view. Even though they should.
Yo. So Baby I says you're cooking. Then he says they wanted to see 2 wrestlers in a current show. The wrestlers had already passed away. That shows you how much you keep up with what's happening. You want deceased wrestlers. It's crazy.
But Saudi is the only team that can do this. Which is crazy to me.
Me as well, sir. Me as well.
But you know what, TKO? You're smart in this regard. You know why I say they're smart in this regard? Look when they announce it. It's a 4-year change for time to go by. And they hoping people will forget. And just look at, oh, it's WrestleMania. We got to get our stuff together and go to Saudi Arabia for it.
Nope.
So remember, I am a business guy. Cool as too. So I can see what y'all doing. Get it out there early. When time passes by, they'll forget it. They'll still do it.
Get the backlash out the way.
Because guess what? It's still WrestleMania. It's the greatest spectacle in all of wrestling.
And then they'll have The Rock come back. They'll make sure that like Cody's the champ at that point, right? And then if everybody's still on the team, so then wait, Roman might be retired by then. Roman said he about at the end. If they still living, JJ will be champ or LA Knight or somebody. It'll be people that you want to be champ. They're gonna do everything they can to sucker you out of your money. And some of y'all gonna fall for it. But I ain't mad at you. That's on you. I know who ain't gonna fall for it. I see straight through the mist. And Baby Ox said, just to throw that out there, it was Yokozuna and Ultimate Warrior. They've been deceased. They ain't just passed away. Like, we ain't talking about them. They get to do what they want to do. That's what it is.
So, let's see how Vegas go this year. We're going to see how WrestlePalooza goes. Should be a good turnout because Indianapolis, they do like to turn out for big events. I would give Indianapolis that. They do show up. They show up for the Rumble. They should show up for WrestlePalooza. As of right now, my co-host, he's not feeling the card like that.
Not at all.
But just like we do in other sports, you still have to put the show on. And maybe when you put the show on, he can come back next week and he'll feel different. But this Saudi news, Oh, WWE, y'all open up. Y'all let TKO open up a door because y'all gonna have a hard time closing. And you hope time does what time usually does. Because that's the only thing that probably will save y'all is time.
Because you already got events that happen just in Saudi Arabia. You had a Saudi champion and all that. They're gonna be defending them championships and Saudi championships next. Because we're gonna have 3 or 4 events over there a year. That's where it's going. I almost want to end this with a snowman quote. You're thirsty, but I ain't gonna do it.
You win it however you want, sir. I'm done.
No, I ain't gonna do that. This is what I'm gonna say. The opinions of Playmaker and Cool McCain are definitely the opinions of Monarchs of Wrestling. Okay? You may not agree with our opinions. You may not like them. You may agree. It's all good either way. But if you look at the long term, WWE is doing everything they can to basically say, you regular people stay at home. We don't want you at the show, but we want you to watch and we want you to talk about us and we want you to go and interact and stuff. But we're going to make prices so that you're priced out, which would never have happened under one Vincent Kennedy McMahon. There's a lot of bad things you say about Vince, but he's going to make sure that you can pack a house with everybody. So kids are not going to get to be able to go to shows like that, right? So what happens when kids don't go to shows? Kids lose interest. They start looking at other stuff. When you can go to a football game for 1/8, 1/10 of the price, you can go to a wrestling event. Where your parents are going to take you? So you don't realize long term what you're really doing because you're thinking about the short term. You're thinking about dollars. You're thinking about getting dollars. You're thinking about going over and getting these dollars. But you're going to see when you take away that interaction with kids, they find something else to do.
Oh, you know
Right?
what? I'm gonna say something here. Cool McCain, you see that poster behind me?
Mm-hmm.
What does that poster say?
Oh, it says the same thing that championship belt behind me says.
You know why I'm
Yeah.
pointing that out? Tony Khan. TKO has opened the door for you.
Oh yeah, he about to bust through right through it too. With
T-
powder in his nose.
Tony Khan, you have an opening. Take it. Because if you don't take it, you're gonna regret it.
Absolutely.